Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flow, so find some space to move and let's get started. So we are going to begin today sitting cross-legged if possible, or just any other comfy seat. And we can place our hands on our knees or maybe in our lap. But let your eyes close when you're ready. Bring some length into your spine. And then you can stay sitting tall or you can tip forwards. And just take a moment here. Notice your breath. Notice your hips. Soften throughout your body a little bit more. And if you're folding forwards, you can use an inhale to lift again. If you're sitting cross-legged, you can cross your legs the other way. Reset, lengthening through the spine again. Stay seated nice and tall, or you can fold forwards again. Notice if this side feels a whole lot different than the other. Just allow your body to go where it wants to go without really any effort from you, without forcing anything. If you're folding forwards, you can use an inhale to lift again. Lengthen your spine. We can start to uncross our legs if they're crossed, and you might give them a hug, a squeeze, maybe even a rock side to side. We're going to be making our way into tabletop from here, so onto our hands and knees. Spreading the fingers out a little wider. Maybe take a sway through the hips. And we're just going to be extending our right leg back behind us. You can keep your foot down or you can float your foot. Pointing your toes down, flex the foot, wake up the leg. If you want to add your left arm, you can add your left arm. Getting you right into it. No time to think. Take one more inhale. And then let the exhale bring you back into tabletop. And your left leg can go back. Your foot can stay down if you want it to, or it can float. The right hand as well. It can stay down or it can float. Find your balance. A breath. And then one more inhale. And let the exhale bring you back into your tabletop. Maybe take a gentle sway of your hips, spread your fingers out wide, and then tuck your toes if they aren't already. Lift your knees into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. Push the ground away from you. Deep breath out. Another deep breath in and out. Use an inhale to start to look forwards, and exhale to walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. As you inhale, take a half lift, and exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Reach up. Exhale, let your arms fall down to your sides. Add a shoulder roll in. And with a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, lower your arms. Another inhale to reach back up, and exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhale, lower your arms down, and this time we'll stay standing. So you can either have your feet side by side You can have them wide too, so you're balanced. Or you could cross your right foot in front of the left. Maybe you're on the ball of the foot. Maybe you can get the heel down and give the legs a little bit of a squeeze together, standing tall. So we're going to keep our knees just a little bit soft, so a little bend through the knees. Your hands might be on your hips. You can stay standing tall. You could start to tip forward, so keep those knees soft, bent. As you tip forwards a little more and a little more, you might go so far that your hands touch the ground, and then maybe you can find some extra length through the legs, but just optional. And then to come back up, gently bend your knees again. Use an inhale to stand up. If you have your legs crossed, we're going to uncross them. Maybe take a little bit of a shake of the legs. Then decide again, are your feet going to stay side by side and tip forwards? Are your feet going to cross, the left in front this time? So you might be on the ball of that foot. Might be better to stay standing or take a little tip forwards. Doesn't matter though, whatever you feel more balanced in, strong in. Soft knees, a little squeeze of those legs together if they're crossed, and then you can start to slowly tip yourself forwards. Maybe feeling a little extra love through those hips. The knees can stay bent, they can straighten a little more if you are able to touch the ground. Sometimes that helps with the balance too, but just let your body go where it wants to go and breathe there. Now bend your knees a little more so that we can slowly come back up to standing again. Uncross your legs. If they are crossed, maybe give them a little bit of a shake. Roll your shoulders back and down. Spread your fingers out a little wider. And then take a big inhale to reach up. As you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, folding down to plant your hands and walk your feet all the way back and into your downward facing dog. Push into the ground. Let your head and chest get a bit heavier. Let's stay for an inhale, and as you exhale, you can lower your knees down. Set up your tabletop. Maybe take a little sway of the hips. Our right leg's going back again. Your foot can stay down or it can float. The left hand too. Make your body as long as it can be. Breathe. Take one more inhale and then let the exhale bring you back. Tabletop. Send your left leg back. Foot can stay down or it can float. Right arm too. Up to you. Breathe. Balance. One more inhale and an exhale to come back to tabletop. Take a gentle sway through the hips. Now we're going to stay in tabletop, but we're going to lower to our forearms if we can. Then maybe our palms can come together and we could interlace the fingers. Then we're going to kind of walk our elbows and our forearms away from us, as far away as we can, until the chest starts to dip forwards, the arms start to lengthen, and we're in a weird puppy dog stretch where maybe our palms are together and our fingers are interlaced. Feeling the shoulders. Let your head get heavier. If you can rest your forehead down on the ground, let it go there. And we're going to slowly lift the forehead and scooch the elbows, the forearms back in towards the shoulders. Maybe your hands can stay together the whole way. And then once you're kind of in tabletop and you feel like you can push up and onto your hands, we're going to do that. So roll those shoulders a little bit if you'd like. And then we're going to sit down with our legs in front of us. You can cross your ankles, bring your legs out in front, maybe giving your knees a hug or a squeeze. Always feels nice. And then we're going to send our legs out in front of us. So maybe we can start with our knees bent and our feet about mat width apart. Then from here, we're just going to take our hands behind us a little bit for support. So lengthening the spine. We can start to lengthen the legs a little. Walk the heels away, maybe start to point the toes up, maybe start to squeeze the belly to keep the spine long and strong. Point your toes up to wake up your legs, maybe pushing into your fingertips to support your low back. If you feel like you can stay long and strong through your spine without your hands, you can place them anywhere you'd like. Now, if you feel like you want to tip forwards here, you might start to bend your knees again. Maybe keep the toes pointing up, maybe reaching or walking the hands somewhere towards the feet. And you might keep the bend through the knees, or you might straighten the legs a little more, but just keep those knees soft, a very small bend. And you can fold forwards as much as you'd like, with maybe the feet about mat width apart, and your arms might rest wherever is comfy. Just enjoy a few extra breaths here. And then using an inhale when you're ready to lift your upper body, to maybe bend the knees even more too, so that maybe we can just keep bringing the knees back in towards the chest to give them another hug or squeeze and a rock side to side. Now we're going to lay down on our backs. You can roll, you can lower, however you want. Once you're there though, you might hug your knees towards your chest or keep your feet on the ground. If you wanted to take another sway side to side here, hugging your knees. And then just drop your right foot if it's lifted and cross your left foot over top of your right quad. Figure 4. You can keep your right foot on the ground or you can lift it. Maybe you can hug your legs towards your chest. Maybe you can flex your feet. You've got your right foot floating right now. Slowly bring it down. Uncross your legs and take your right foot, rest it on top of the left quad. Your left foot can lift up if you want it to, maybe flexing the feet, hugging the knees or the legs towards the chest. That left foot is floating, just slowly bringing it down and uncrossing the leg. Can start to heel toe the feet a little closer together. You want to sway your knees side to side a few times, massage the low back. But our knees are going to fall out wide, eventually making a diamond shape. You can keep your arms where you'd like, or you can bring your hands behind your head, a little pillow. Elbows pointing out to the side. Just allow your eyes to close. Scan your body. Now maybe without any help from our hands, we can try to bring our knees back together. Use your hands if you need or want. Then maybe we can send our legs out long and our feet out wide. Maybe our hands are still nicely tucked behind the head. You do still have your hands behind your head. Let's lift our chin towards the collarbone. Bringing some length into the back of the neck. And then you can gently rest your head down and take your hands out. And just resting your arms somewhere comfy. Finding complete relaxation throughout your body. And staying here in Shavasana for as long as you have time for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, namaste.